Yo, 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 yo. Oh my God, it's going to be a slow day. What's up, guys? We are going to find some plays. So I'm just. Anyways, let's load this up and let's kind of start taking a look at some of this stuff. So I'm trying out Twitch. I just want to make sure I'm fucking doing this properly. And then let's get into it. Okay, so we are taking a look. What's up? Okay, perfect. Anyways, let's go through some plays. So without further ado, hopefully everything's working, everything's loaded up properly. So I'm trying out Twitch. Fuck yeah. Okay, everything's loaded up properly. So what we're going to start out with real quick is just PrizePicks. They have their Flex Friday promotion. So basically your first bet of the day is risk-free. Up to wow, there's some good bets on Underdog. So maybe we start out on Underdog real briefly. So let's take a look. I hit some plays last night on like FanDuel. I mean, some soccer plays on the live stream. But regardless, anyways, let's take a look at Underdog Fantasy real quick. It seems like there's some line discrepancies. So like here's the first play that kind of strikes me. Let's refresh this, is we have over 21 games in Sinner, right? So you can see Pinnacle, which is a pretty sharp book. They have just absolutely ripped the total towards the over. You could also go with Player Games 1, Sinner over 12.5. It just seems like the market is moving towards the over. Again, the way that Underdog Fantasy works is they give us the same payout, regardless of if we take a guy's over or under. So we want to go to the over 21. And then we want to go back here. So right on Underdog, like I'm not going to talk about this anymore, but like you take an over versus an under, they give you the same payout regardless. Like any two-pick entry, you're getting a 3x payout. Thanks. Yeah, it's a pretty good haircut. Anyways, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? So what we want to do is we want to take the over 21 here because all the sports books have the over heavily favored. But let's go ahead. Let's refresh this. And we need to find some pairs on Underdog Fantasy. We need to find some pairs. So here's an example of a halfway decent play. We have Martinez under 34. Under 34, map 1-2. So here we have an esports play. And obviously there's no NBA today. Unfortunately, we have a 1 week gap in the NBA. But if you look at Martinez, where is this guy? So if we look at him, all right, like PrizePicks has his line at 32. Underdog has his line at 34. So that seems halfway decent. So we now have 2 picks, and we need to find a third. So we need to find a third. So like here's an example of a halfway decent play. So let's take a look here. So here's the first 2 picks on Underdog. This play is by far the best. I mean, there was some good tennis value last night. Appears like there's some good tennis value again. Obviously, it's going to be a slow next couple days, but you can see, like, okay, Underdog has Supreme Cook's line at 11.5. All, PrizePicks has his line at 11. All the other books have his line at 10.5. So, again, every play I'm giving out, like, I try to find the best plays. Sorry if they take a little bit to find, but I want to make sure I'm giving out the best plays with the best value. So you can see here, all the other books, PrizePicks, Dabble, Caesars, ESPN, ParlayPlay. All these other books have Cook's line lower at 10.5. So, like, that's how you get an edge, right? You got to find value. All these books set their own lines. And now we have a nice little 3-pick entry. I mean, we can refresh, see if there's anything new. By far, the best play are these tennis plays. Over 22 games. And again, like, there's not as many data points, but you can see, like, this over, markets have just ripped towards the over. And they already fucking locked Martinez. So again, like I feel when some people bet it ahead, like you can see it's the top play. If some people start betting it, sometimes the line moves, which sucks, but that's just kind of how it goes. But anyways, we can see if there's any other plays we want to lock in, any college basketball. So if we look up like player points plus rebounds plus assists, let's take a look right here at Max Abrams. Maybe a little bit of value, like 23.5, 23, 22.5. I mean, nothing really crazy. There was also some other esports plays. This play we actually locked in yesterday. It's still available. Kerr under 17.5 PRAs. But what we can do is we can take Abrams. Sure, whatever. So let's go here. And let me go here. So 4 bets open. I mean, Anyways, so we want to go to under 23.5 PRAs. What's up, Alex? Let's hit some winners. The Addy guys are here too. Man, I don't take Adderall. Fuck you guys. A lot of coffee, though. But here's the play. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. You guys have had plenty of time to bet it. Best play is the tennis play. Fucking play. There we go. So here we go. We have our first entry on the live stream. But now we got to go over to PrizePicks. Damn, I already got bets open for tomorrow. What do we have open for tomorrow? I think I gave out some plays on maybe... I don't even remember. I don't even remember if they're from Twitter or the live stream, but I think there were some good UFC plays. But here's what I'm on today so far on Fliff, if you use Fliff. So what we can do, someone asked me to share the link on YouTube, so let me share the link on YouTube. What's up, guys? Here's the link. I just put it in the chat. But now let's go over to PrizePicks, okay? So, I mean, you know, obviously a slow day, but this is literally a risk-free bet. If we lose, we get our money back. So we got to find some things to pair together. So let's take a look at PrizePicks. And this should load up. Again, like this bet tracker I use is called Pick It. You can kind of see it right here. It just shows you, you know, it like tracks your profit and loss. It shows you all the bets and, you know, kind of like how you're looking, all sorts of analytics. And obviously, like, I want to know if I'm losing a lot of money or making a lot of money on a sports book. That's good information to have. But anyways, where should we go on PrizePicks? So we can actually look at like tennis. I mean, so if we go to tennis and then we go to total games, let's take a look at center. So what's up with Underdog? So PrizePicks has line at 21.5. You can see the sports books have it at like 22.5. You know, Pinnacle, which is known to be a pretty sharp book, they have it at 22.5. So obviously, you know, I'm not the biggest tennis fan in the world, but this value is about as clear as it gets. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, even over 21 on PrizePicks looks good. Over 21.5. I mean, we just bet the over 21. We just bet the over 21. Alex, thoughts on waiting for League of Legends to drop and then ripping a 5 flex from there? Yeah, I mean, we could wait on stuff to drop, but I'm going to try to find something. I'll probably do a live stream later anyways. But you can see, like, I mean, probably doesn't make sense to bet the over 21.5 considering we already got over 21. So let's try to find some different plays. What do we want to look at? We want to look at PrizePicks, and we'll try to do this shit quickly. Also, when is the All-Star game? The All-Star game's Wednesday. I mean, literally the worst timing. Like, you know, Super Bowl ends. I don't know why they didn't have the All-Star. They have the All-Star break last week. The total opened at like 362. It looks like it's moved up a bit. But anyways, let's see if we got anything. So yesterday, actually, I mean, it looks like PrizePicks has dunk props. They didn't have dunk props yesterday when we were doing the live stream. They don't have a bunch of players listed. But hey, we can take a look. See if Underdog or some other books like have dunk props up. So if we just go here to like NBA All-Star Weekend, do they have dunk props up? Player specials. 3-point. So they have the 3-point contest. Rising Stars. Does Underdog have this? So sometimes there's like, you know, we can just kind of stumble upon for these niche markets some discrepancies. So like, you know, here it's like, okay, Banchero's line is 8.5 on PrizePicks. Underdog has him at 9. What about where's like, you know, let's see, 3-point contest, All-Star Weekend. Does DraftKings have lines up? Does FanDuel have lines up? Again, just trying to find some value in the market. Find the best possible plays we can go with. So where is this? So we have like All-Star Game MVP. Do they have points up? Rising Stars games. So they don't have player points up yet. I mean, it would be good to get some like, or actually maybe they do. Round 1 score. So I don't know. You could probably find some discrepancies just looking through manually. Jalen Williams. I mean, Jalen Williams, they both have his line at 7.5, both PrizePicks and Underdog. No value. Jaden Ivey, 5.5 on Underdog, 5 on PrizePicks. So maybe PrizePicks is a little too low. But anyways, like, probably want to wait for some more of these books to kind of post lines. Because when you only have 2 books posting lines, it's not really clear, like, yo, which book is screwing up. So let's find a Flex Friday. I mean, maybe I'll do a live stream later. Thoughts on Jock Market? There seems to be a ton of value. Someone asked about Jock Market. Jock Market's a pretty good book. The issue I have with Jock Market is I just haven't, I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened, but I can't deposit more money, and I just haven't dealt with adding it yet. Someone asked about Jock Market in the chat. Someone said Fliff has those player props. So let's actually go to Fliff. Let's see if they have all-star player props. Where the fuck is the all-star game? So let's go here and let's see if they have the all-star game. Team all-stars. Nope. Anyways, I don't want to waste a bunch of time, but do they have the all-star game? Where's the all-star game? So we want to go to basketball, view all, NBA props. I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe Fliff does have these lines up, but I don't even know where to look. Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, so they do. They have player points up. So, like, if we look at, thanks for pointing that out, whoever said that in the chat. So if we go here, what we can do is we can take a look at, like, so they don't have, do they have lines up? So if we look at, like, let's see. Do they have his player points line up? What do they have for him? They just have money line. I don't know if this is for MVP, what exactly it is. Money line versus other players. But anyways, I'm not even going to deal with this for now. Let's just find a PrizePicks slip quickly for this promo, because it seems like there's some decent esports value. So let's take a look. Let's see what we can find. So first, we'll start out on esports. Again, not my favorite sport in the world, but there's a lot of value. I'll bet on it. So if you take a look at, like, this guy, it's like, okay, like, PrizePicks has his line at 31.5, Underdog 32, like, Hot Streak 33 half, Jock Market 34. So, like, every play I give out, I want to have value. I want to have an edge. I want to be able to point to it and be like, this is why this is a good play. So PrizePicks has this line too low relative to the rest of the market. These other books with sophisticated models, they're taking bets, moving lines around based on where action's coming in. So that play seems decent. And then let's check out these other plays. So 27.5, 20, Hot Streak has his line at 29.5 with the over favored. So esports, like, not as many books post lines, but shit, man, this game starts in 10 minutes. So we're going to beat this by the buzzer for Flex Friday. Honestly, this play seems better. Headshots play. You can only include, like, one esports. For CS2, you can't, like, include multiple players from the same team. So let's take, the better play. That makes sense. And then you can see, like, okay, we already have plays for, 9Z in the case game. So we're going to have to find a new game. We have 2 picks, but we need to find some other picks on PrizePicks to go with. So let's try to do that. So let's go here. I mean, maybe we can find some more esports plays. We're starting out with 2 overs, but it would be nice if we could find, some other things to go with. So, I mean, this play, like, I'm not sure what's going on with PrizePicks. Like, they opened this line, this tennis line, too high. Now it's too low. In PrizePicks, it works the exact same way as Underdog. Fixed payouts, all that type of stuff. Where even is tennis? I don't even see it. Tennis. Oh, they do have the 3-point contest. Damn. So I'll have to, maybe we'll do a longer live stream later and take a look at some of these player props. Like, where is LeBron points? 20.5 on Fliff. We can see, does Underdog have a lineup? So let's go to NBA. Where is it? LeBron. So where do they have his lineup? So, like, okay, they have his line at 20. Fliff's at 20.5. I mean, nothing crazy. Giannis's points line is 29.5. So 29.5 on Fliff. It's 28.5 on PrizePicks. Jokic is super low. He's only at 9.5. PrizePicks doesn't even have a lineup. Curry's at 20.5. So they're dialed with him. Luka has a really low. I don't even know. Why is Giannis's line like 30 and then Luka's line is 11.5 for the All-Star game? Couldn't tell you. Tatum 24.5. Durant 22.5. So honestly, these books doesn't seem like there's any crazy discrepancies right now. We have SGA 17.5, 18 on PrizePicks. I mean, you can see, like, Fliff has his line at 17.5, and they have the under favored. We can check out Underdog. Where do they have SGA? They have his line at 17.5 as well, so maybe a little bit of value on the under if we want to rock with an all-star game play. We have Dame. So Lillard, no discrepancies, right? 24.5, 24.5. But anyways, kind of wasting time here. 18.5 for Halliburton. No value in the market. 16.5 for Davis. So they're pretty dialed in with these all-star lines. But anyways, here's the tennis play, right? Again, like we already locked it in on Underdog. Here's the Underdog play if you're just tuning into the live stream. Nope, that's not it. That's from yesterday's. Here's the play. We have Supreme Cook. I mean, whatever. These 3 player props, you know, so it doesn't like feel great to take the over 21.5 total games. Although you can see like the market has just ripped towards the over. In PrizePicks, like this line is not going to last. They opened the line too high. Now the market has absolutely ripped towards the over, and they're kind of like stale. I mean, this game starts in 7 minutes. If you wanted to include the over, you could, but I'm not going to include it again because I already went with it on Underdog, and it's better on Underdog, right? Like over 21 versus over 21.5. But what do we want to do? What do we want to do, man? We want to find some other plays on PrizePicks that we can go with. Rising. Anyways, let's see what we have. Case versus Bestia. So, I mean, what's annoying is like a lot of these plays are just from the same game, so we're not going to be able to include them. So maybe we do take a look. There were also some good MLB season-long player props. You know, obviously, you know, putting your Flex Friday on an MLB season long, you can bet it on whatever you want, but like this line seemed pretty solid. Grayson Rodriguez, PrizePicks has him at 180.5. Underdog has him 175.5, right? So like Underdog, $1 billion company. They got a good model. Like you want to look at their odds as a source of information. And it's kind of the same thing. Like I think FanDuel has up these lines as well. So if you just look at like player specials and then you look at Grayson, they have his line at 172.5 strikeouts. So it's like, okay, like hunting for value on PrizePicks seems like they're a little too high on Grayson Rodriguez. And then same thing with here with Tyler Glasnow. You can see they have him at 175.5. Where does Underdog have him? They have him at 173.5. PrizePicks at 178.5. So, like, nothing crazy, but it looks like the most random fucking slip of all time. But again, I can point to every single play I gave out and be like, yo, here's why this play has value. You know, like SGA, it's like, okay, like PrizePicks, not only do they have Fliff, again, like Fliff is just one data point. It's one book with a sophisticated model. They're taking bets, moving lines around based on where action's coming in. They have him, first of all, lower at 17.5, and they have the under favored or juiced. PrizePicks has the line at 18. Underdog has the line at 18 for SGA. So it's like, okay, like when we're thinking about finding value on PrizePicks, getting SGA under 18 seems halfway decent. But anyways, let's just see what happens. So you can see they're only going to give me $5 for my Flex Friday. Fucking bullshit, but that's just kind of how it is. So what we can do is we can go here and just kind of lock this in. For my Flex Friday. Yay, $5 Flex Friday. So not like exciting. I mean, kind of a low limit promo. But regardless, like found some value, whatever. Here we go. Hey, Alex, have you had success betting on baseball? Baseball is good. The issue with baseball is there's just not as many line movements. I saw some question about baseball in the chat. Like, for example, in the NBA, it's like, if Giannis sits out, Damian Lillard's points line has to move big time. The market goes into disarray. Like, there's a lot more line movements in basketball, right? Based on injuries, lineup changes, minutes restrictions, you know, who's sitting, who's not sitting. There's just a lot more opportunity in basketball for these books to get really out of sync with their lines. So usually there's better bets in basketball. But what's great about baseball is there's a lot of games. It's just you don't get a ton of line movements. I mean, books screw up. But like if Mike Trout doesn't play, well, I guess Ohtani's on a different team now. But like if Ohtani's out, even though he's the best player, that doesn't really affect like Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, any of their player prop lines. Whereas in the NBA, like the game is very connected. If SGA is out in the All-Star game, let's say he gets injured. Hopefully he doesn't. But if he does, like that affects every other player who's going to take his scoring load, all sorts of stuff like that. But there were some good MLB futures for anyone who uses ESPN Bet. Dodgers plus 400 seems decent. Braves plus 600. So the score just copies ESPN Bet. So like they just literally copy each other. They have the same odds provider. But you can see like Twins plus 4,000. I mean, seems pretty solid if you use ESPN. Or like you have a free bet or something like that. Like plus 4,000 seems pretty solid for Twins. I mean, other than that, I don't know. I'm not sure if any of these books have promos yet, but ESPN offering some decent value on these. But let me go back to PrizePicks. Here's the play. I put the link in the chat. And here it is. So what we can do is we can go here. Let me make sure I share this link in Twitch. So let's go here. And let me share the link. Riders plus 2.5, best play on Fliff. Yeah, that's what I locked in on Fliff. I mean, someone's asking about Fliff. Like, it's a little dry, but here's what I have open on Fliff. I think both of these plays I gave out on Twitter, so we can take a look at I'm not sure if either of them are still available, but we have Anthony Hernandez over 1.5 total rounds. Let's take a look. So where is it? I mean, betting on fucking anything I can right now. But if you go to total rounds, we're on the over 1.5 at minus 130 on Fliff. I mean, seems rock solid, right? Like all the other books have this minus 160. I mean, I know I've said this before, but like the best advice I got when I started sports betting is all these books have sophisticated models. Sure, they have different customer bases. They're taking different actions, slightly different models, but you treat them all as like, okay, a data point as you hunt through the market and look for value. So it's like Sugar House, Twin Spires, Pinnacle. They all have this around like minus 160. Bet Online, a pretty sharp sports book, minus 164. Circa, minus 165. FanDuel, minus 150. DraftKings, minus 166. It becomes pretty clear, like, okay, like buying this at 130 seems pretty good when the rest of the market has it priced around minus 160. And some of these books are like sharper or smarter, like Circa. They have this like minus 165. It's actually an arbitrage to Fliff. But like it becomes pretty clear, like, yeah, like this is a rock solid play on Fliff. We have all these different books telling us that, this play's really good on Fliff. Anything on FanDuel? I mean, you can see there's like whatever. There's some college basketball bets on FanDuel, but nothing crazy. Yesterday we found some, in the live stream, we found some really good soccer bets, but I think some of them moved. But I mean, if you want a FanDuel play like this, seems decent. Underdog link. I already got rid of the link, so I don't think I can share the link again. But anyways, here's the PrizePicks play again. I put it in the chat. For anyone who wants to tail it. Can you do a better picks? Let's take a look at better. I mean, maybe they have some value. I'm not sure if they have any promos, but let me see. Nah, better, it's pretty dry. I mean, it's stupid too. There's only one NHL game tonight. Like, the timing of the sports calendar, the week after the Super Bowl ends, let's have no NBA and one NHL game. There's only one NHL game. So in general, it's going to be pretty dry, probably, So you can actually see now some line discrepancies are popping up for the All-Star game. I don't know if they were reading in the data on OddsJam earlier, but now they are. Here's the PrizePicks play, again, for anyone just tuning in. Here's the underdog play. Boom. Center over 21, and then, some college basketball plays. And PrizePicks. If you want to, you can just pause the live stream if you want to copy it. So there are some good discrepancies in these MLB season long, Just even kind of taking a look through, and there's some shockingly big discrepancies that are available. So what other plays seem halfway decent for the All-Star game? On Underdog, I mean, we have Curry under 21.5. So you take a look here. Curry's line is 21.5 points. Curry's line is 21.5 on Underdog. If you check out, PrizePicks has him lower at 20.5. Does Fliff have his line up? I'm not sure. Like, a lot of these books haven't released odds for the All-Star game yet. I'm sure they will, but they haven't yet. But if we look here, like, do they have a lineup for Curry? Versus Sabrina. What the fuck is going on? So you can see, like, actually this play seems rock solid. Like, Fliff has, you can see Fliff not cute. I want to look at Curry. So Fliff has Curry's line at 20.5 with the under favored. Right? PrizePicks has his line at 20.5. FanDuel has his line at 20.5 with the under favored. Like, you can see, like, this tool just kind of like points out value in the market. I'm not sure if does ESPN have lines up yet? They don't have player props up for this, for the All-Star game. We can check out DraftKings, but I mean, that's PrizePicks, Fliff, all telling us like, yo, Underdog's screwing up. They have Curry's line too high. And again, like, whatever you think you know about basketball, like, you got to remember that type of crap, it's already priced into the market, right? Like, how many minutes is he projected to play? Like, if all the sharps start betting his over, sportsbooks will move his line higher. Like, that's the one thing that's crazy is, like, you know, these books aren't stupid. Like, a lot of people think they are. They're constantly moving lines based on where action's coming in, especially from their sharp, profitable customers. Here's another decent play on FanDuel. You can see, again, Seth Jarvis. It looks like FanDuel is stale, still offering this at minus 122. The rest of the market, Pinnacle, Hot Streak, they've, like, ripped this to being a much bigger favorite to go over. Player points, Hurricanes, you know, Coyotes, Seth Jarvis to record a point. Like, all these other books have been like, boom. So who knows? Like, maybe some other players out and Seth Jarvis is expected to play more minutes. But again, that's all encompassed in the market, in the odds these books are putting out. But anyways, we have Curry under 21.5 points on Underdog. Maybe we can find something else. There's LeBron over 20.5. I don't know. There's some value for the All-Star game, but I'll do a longer live stream later. So, thanks for tuning in. Hit a PrizePicks play. Here's the PrizePicks play if you want to pause it. And here's the Underdog play. PrizePicks and Underdog. There's also some decent value on FanDuel, but, you know, nothing to write home about on a slow day. Queens University. First half money line. I mean, you can see, like, the market's kind of ripped towards them. Anyways, maybe we'll hit some FanDuel bets on the next live stream. Flyers, first period total goal. A lot of times it's these niche markets, first period team total, shit like that has the opportunity. But anyways,